Appalled outside, but beneath flags displaying the monogram of Constantine. At a hard wooden table they sat Regius Avius who stood accused of a crime he did not commit. This court was in a tent. They wanted him to freeze. Regius sat, seated before a higher table, looking down on him, with 4 faces of 4 Catholic priests. Above them, a crucifix displaying the image of Jesus Christ. Regius stared and he made a face. Then, seated above the other 4, in a much more elaborate chair of black wood with gold trim, sat Nicodemus, Bishop of Domingus. And the trial of Regius Avius began.
Well, well, well. I'm curious as to your thoughts as you stare at the face of our Lord and Savior. Does it inspire anything holy in your mind?
Yeah, this whole thing gives me one distinct thought, to be sure about it.
What? Precisely, dear boy.
Holy shit. My thoughts is it's a bunch of holy shit.
Let's get this undertaken, shall we? Priests of the church, we gather today outside of normalcy and out of doors to hear the testimony of others and to hear the trial of Regius Avius.
Yeah, don't I get a lawyer, an advocate, a fucking orator or something?
Pagans are not afforded legal counsel, according to Imperial Code 4 Tornworm 2 of our God-sent prince, Theodosius.
Odious?
I beg your pardon. What do you have to say for the accusations that you have interfered with the evening of Latrinia Quartica, this evening past?
I cannot recall if I did or did not see her when she allegedly entered my home, as has been, by one uncorroborated witness, alleged.
So she just came to see you? Just wandered in?
I cannot confirm or deny actions I do not recall.
Were you there or not?
I was with my boyfriend, sir.
Ah, your sodomitical condition, of which you and so many pagans are so very unrepentant for. Not to condone or indulge homosexuality, but I do believe that your former companion is actually the new companion of one of our very own captains. Is he not, Captain Perfidius?
That was correct, Bishop Antonius Cabropterius are presently companions to one another.
And you two engage in only platonic friendly affections, am I right?
Only platonic and friendly affections, yes sir, in true Christian form.
In true Christian form. Was Mr. Chiropterius with you that night or elsewhere?
Sir, Mr. Chiropterius, this was with me that night.
You liar. But that's
so
a
Mr.
lie.
Avius is lying. All right.
He might well be. I don't know anything more than what I told
You liar.
All right.
But that's a lie.
According to the code of our Emperor Theodosius, pagans do not have right to object at doors court proceedings. Mr. Avius, especially in a avowed apostate like yourself.
What is an apostate?
You renounced and rejected Christianity for the old religion.
I was never a Christian to start with. I never stopped being what I've always been, the old, the legitimate state religion of Rome and a worshiper of Jupiter Optimus Maximus.
The religion of the emperor is the religion of the empire. Sir, you are all apostates. Is that understood?
If that's true for you, that's true for you. But it ain't true for me.
Not to mention, a liar.
Then as Jonicus entered the room, he stared at Regius coldly. And as he did, Regius knew that whatever fondness they had between them, despite being adversaries, had cooled on Jonicus's side. And Reggie's guess as to why was completely correct. He was being set up, and he knew it. Jonicus blamed him for his mother's apparently real absence from the court. With the Eastern Empire's laws now being enforced upon the Western Empire with strictness and severity, unlike before, when the West was let slide on much of them, it appeared that their time of leniency was over, which meant this trial was important. It also meant that Reggie's chances of survival were slim, but Jupiter spoke to Regius and told him of a night in the future that he would live to see, a night past this show trial and this kangaroo court. Jupiter, the king of the gods, would not lie to him. He would not reveal himself to him only to have him perish the next day. And a voice in his heart whispered to him to have faith, and that all will be well, even if it didn't appear it would be. Even if it looked like he was going to his death no matter what he said or did. The law, the court, the setup, the restrictions placed on him, he could not overcome and win. Jonicus was his last hope, and the cold state between the two men led Regis to grow more fond and sympathetic for Jonicus after all. He realized that Jonicus was being set up just as much as he was, which meant that there was more than one snake. It also meant that Jonicus had no sympathy for Regis, as he blamed him for his mother's unknown whereabouts.
So I am told that you think you are the son of Jupiter, eh, son?
Nothing I am going to say or do is going to allow me to win today. I probably won't see tomorrow. But you never know. So fuck it. Yes. Yes, I am apparently the son of Jupiter.
And what makes you say that?
My heart is pounding in my chest right now. But I had an experience uncommon and supernatural. I can only experience this existence as I experience it. And I have no idea what to do right now. But my heart says, have faith. Apparently, the runt of Mount Olympus, to be sure, but...
And did you use your alleged demigod powers to divine yourself or spirit yourself out of the imperial fort the night you escaped? Or did someone help you?
I cannot answer that question, sir.
Son, if I told you if you give up the name of whomever it was that helped you escape that you can walk out of here with, as my Deacon General Coarticus puts it, a slap on the wrist, but that you'll see tomorrow and the next day and the next day, would you tell me then?
Please, I did you this favor. Will you please, in return for it, swear by Jupiter himself, the god actual, that you will not reveal to any other soul that it was I who released you?
I swear by Zeus, Horkios, god of oaths, whom I call Jupiter Altitonans Theos, that I shall never reveal to any soul, spirit, man, or ghost, or any entity of any kind, nor enwrit whomever it was who helped me this night to do what I now do.
No. Fuck. Fuck me gently with chainmail. No! I made a most solemn and sacred oath to Jupiter himself, as the god of oaths, that I would never answer this question. I'm sorry, I will not break that path.
This court supersedes that oath in the name of the God of Isaac. Such a pagan path has no power with us, and now I command you to answer me, or you shall surely be put out of your misery. Who helped you escape? What is his name?
I'm sorry.
Do you not fear death, son?
That's not it, but rather Jupiter. I love and fear apparently, my father Zeus. And all disrespect to you intended when I say this, but it is true as fuck. I know you're used to getting lesser men to crack, but suddenly I find myself a loser, feeling nothing like some lesser man. I am, in fact, more. You are not so scary after all, it seems. And I fear Zeus, far, far more than I fear you.
But our God, not yours, is the one true God.
No matter how hard and fast my heart in my chest thunders and pounds and pumps right now, I will not betray Zeus for some small, cheap, and common man like you. Not any man. I fear Zeus. I do not fear you. Bishop, I have more real experiential evidence that says that my God is real as real can be, true as true can be, and that is true Zeus, whom I call Jupiter, is more true than this fucking trial is Jupiter, is more real than you are.
You have no right to say any such thing or
I am
anything
not
for that
guilty.
matter in your favor.
You and your law
According to
can go
Title
get
6
fucked.
of the Theodosian Constitutions, which reads that Christian law may not serve you at court, and never serve the rights of pagans, only to apply penalties thereto, and that pagans are barred from the right order power to bring a case up or speak in their own favor, and any favorable thing you have to say for yourself as an avowed pagan and apostate is disqualified by the law. I therefore leave it with the Deacon General to fulfill this sentence against you, against your pagan friends, your pagan neighbors, against this entire pagan suburb. If he wishes, my church is ready not for war, but for your extermination. And among those mentioned you shall go first, and if they don't convert, each shall follow after you. Deacon General, it is your mother missing. You may decide punishment. Regis Avius, you may speak one statement for yourself before punishment is issued. Do you have anything to say? Last-minute confession. Conversion.
Could it all be over? Is it now too late? They say I am a bad person, something called an apostate. But I am the son of Jupiter. I'm not a liar nor a fraud. The runt of Mount Olympus, sure, but still a son of God. Their religion came from Persia, where they're blowing desert sands. This foreign cult came into Rome with a long list of demands. At first, to have a seat at the table, we gave them that inch, but they took miles. For a black-bladed knife was hidden behind their perfidious smiles. I do not understand their Christian God. They tell me it's sin to doubt. Why other gods could be a threat to him, that his followers must wipe them out? Why those who won't convert must die and our homes and families put to waste? Why is it that their God of love has such bloodthirsty taste?
That is enough! Regis Avius, you are accused of sodomy, buggery, heresies both, and blasphemies, including incite of a riot in the site of a church. You mean my civil right to protest? My right to honor the gods of my fathers and mothers and their forefathers and theirs? The rightful gods of this grand empire of Jupiter's own Rome? Look at the feisty, delusional, broken, impoverished, pauperated whelp. This empire is under new management. Where is your god now, Regis Avius? Fleeing before the cross like all the rest. Yours will be no different than the Gauls, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, as after you the Muslim and the Holy Land will find out what you find out today. There is no stopping the army of salvation come to save them. You mean telling them what they do is wrong? That your God excludes all others and commands you conquer all, regardless of who or what they are. If they believe otherwise, if they know or have exteriors for themselves otherwise. Fuck your salvation. Look at you, O son of Jupiter, the son of the mighty thunder god, the king of the gods, they assert. How can you be that? Look at you. You can't even save yourself from us. You know who they said the exact same thing to? Oh, I know who. Because I want to hear you say his holy name. Go on, say it, say his name. Hercules. You impetuous Hanical pagan trash. You want a lesson in Christianity. A first-hand lesson in the things that Christ actually said and did. Fine. Here's one, a passionate lesson indeed. What it is like to save others. Hear me, O empire, which we intend to be set under the cross. Let that cross be established. When this poor pathetic embattled man be judged by the God of Isaac to help this along. I, the Deacon General, shall spare all pagan homes for now, in a gesture of niceness shown you. Because we are all about love. You shall all live. Because Regis Avius will die for you on your behalf. What? In the holy baptism. A fire at midnight, when the moon is full and high, and may God make the flames as purifying and purging as he can, for they are but a taste of what awaits you in hell.
And with each strike of the bell, oh dear, sweet Regis received 7 lashes with the whip, barbed as it was at the tip, as it split the skin of his back open. Where once was his humorous presentation to the world, his hopeful step was replaced by a shuffled walk and painted face of sweat and tears. The gods looked upon him from above, but not down upon him. Little did Regis know that as he held his legs against his chest for warmth in that cold stone cell of that Christian dungeon, that it was Aphrodite, unseen Venus herself, who wept for him, who held her arms around him, even if he could not see her. Still, she was really there. It was Vesta, the goddess of the heart that kept the small fire in the damp, freezing cell going that evening well past the point that the kindling should have turned to ash. Still, Vesta kept the fire miraculously lit, keeping him warm just as he kept his promise to Janicus's mother, Latrinia, not to give her away at the trial as the one who allowed him to escape the jail at the imperial fort. As Regis contemplated his end, to his immediate awareness, watched this time by imperial guards, little did he know that it was Mars, the god of war himself, who guarded him with a battalion invisible, but real, that if they made the slightest move against him, would have been cut into pieces and their presence revealed to human sight real quick. But Jupiter spoke to Regis at the temple for a reason. Jupiter's plan was still in play, and this was part of it. That was the hope in Regis's heart. The faith that would not die, the hope that springs eternal from his own immortal soul, knowing that his spirit would keep on living even if his flesh be burned alive. But Regis, Aeveus, though he questioned, and it drove him crazy to think about it, really was Jupiter's own son, Regis Aeveus, the son of Zeus. He had his opportunity at the trial. He thought to give up Latrinia to Jonicus. But he feared that the Christian general would set his own mother alight on the stake for his own ego's sake, and a woman with such kindness shown to him from her, alas, he could not bring himself to be so unkind to her in return. This, his heart told him, was what the gods wanted him to do. He was right. This was Jupiter's plan. In a story which repeats again and again, even today, a father god sends his son to die, or to be humiliated, or to be tortured, tormented for the sakes of others, to spare others, or so that others may be saved and may live. As the lamb for sacrifice, or the goat to be scraped, it is an old story and a fact of life which repeats again and again and again and again. Jonicus Quarticus could not see his own religion's story play out again before his eyes. And as the moon drew high in the sky and the midnight hour approached, a Regis resolved to his fate, prayed to Zeus one last time.
Could it all be over? Is it now too late? They say I am a bad person, something called an apostate. But I am the son of Jupiter. I'm not a liar nor a fraud. The runt of Mount Olympus, sure, but still a son of God. Their religion came from Persia, where there blow in desert sands. This foreign cult came into Rome with a long list of demands. At first, to have a seat at the table, we gave them that inch, but they took miles, for a black-bladed knife was hidden behind their perfidious smiles. I do not understand their Christian God. They tell me it's sin to doubt why other gods could be a threat to him, that his followers must wipe them out, why those who won't convert must die, and our homes and families put to waste. Why is it that their God of love has such bloodthirsty taste? So now I look to the stake set up, where I am to meet my fate. I will not let John, oh, that coward, see from me one shred of hate, nor hopeless despair. Oh no, as my hour seems to draw near, he will not get what he wants from me, because him I do not fear. For the sakes of all my loved ones, the ones whom I have lost, I'll walk to the end with the dignity for which their lives were the cost. And for the temples of our gods, my blood will spill and flow from me loose. They want to crucify a son of God. Well, here I am, the son of Zeus. Behold, I stand alone, but I feel the gods, they're at my side. I have faith that they'll deliver me from this unholy homicide. And to all of the others who hid or were too scared to follow through, you're still my pagan brothers. And what I do now, I do for you, with a heart blue and true. Oh yes, for the sakes of all my loved ones, for those for whom I grieve, I walk to the end with honor, even as I pray for a reprieve. You Christians want a crucifixion? Well, I got one to get your fix in. I fear not John, nor shall I even once bow to him or his legion of Vaticans. And for the temples of my gods, let them spill from me my blood let loose. They want to crucify a son of God. Well, here I am, the son of Zeus. They want to crucify a son of God. Well, here I am, the son of Zeus.
It's too wet. It's too wet. I tried 5 times. Whatever, piss on him then all right. Hey, son of Jupiter, yo, crackpot, you're back to the cells. Regis. Why? Because we can't get it to light.
Jesus Christ, on a fucking cracker, because we can't get it to light. That's why they said Zeus, man, this storm, this guy, sons of gods, and shit, man, fuck this noise and nonsense. I'm out, I'm not burning this chump today. Help me bring him back to the cells. No, fuck that shit. I ain't attempting fate, not tonight, bro. Fuck this job. All right, bro, I don't have the manpower to keep you here. You, weren't supposed to still be here, so policy says you're free to go. Free to go? Cannot execute you due to an act of God. Go home, just go home. Home. Home.